Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This is Karma Jade, and we are working on our CAS challenges week 2. Sorry about such a delay. My video stuff was not working like it was supposed to. Today we're doing our favorite books or book series. It was between the Orphans, Runaways series and Harry Potter. And I went with the Orphans Runaway series, and I'm going to make the 4 main characters from each of the 4 books. This is going to be Janet Taylor. I adore her. She is also known as Butterfly. She is the first protagonist. If you've never read the books, you definitely need to. I mean, they're great books, and they're about being, adopted when you're on that older spectrum, which I'm sure can speak to a decent part of the population. Luckily for me, I have two very loving parents, but it could have very easily not been that way. But basically, not to give too much away, Janet's story is that she's older, but she's a smaller, kind of mousy girl. And the lady and the man that adopt her, the woman used to be a very, very, very talented dancer, and then she got into a car accident. And now she can no longer dance, which was her passion. And so she picks Janet because she thinks that Janet can most definitely be that dancer and pushes her to do such. She's very hard on her, but Janet just wants to make her happy, and so she goes very much out of her way to do her absolute best, and unfortunately, it does not end up working out, but I'm not going to give away how or why that ends up not working out, for the simple fact of you should totally read the books. On these, I only did the everyday outfit. And yes, I am actually recording my voice after I recorded the videos, because this is when my headset was not working like it was supposed to. But I'm pretty sure I went with just something that looked very ballerina-esque. And I really did. I remember actually going through and recording these. I had a great time doing this, because this is one of my favorite book series, and it brought back like a lot of memories, and it honestly made me want to read the books again. But yeah, this is Janet. I think I went for something as close to ballet flats as I could, and then I went with like a little flirty ballerina-esque top, but she has short hair and she's very cute. And I don't think they say she has freckles, but I imagined her with the cute freckles and the kind of innocence about her, because she is definitely the most innocent of the 4 of them. Yeah. And we totally get rid of the tattoos, because she does not have tattoos. That would be a giant stretch. So this is Miss Janet. And she's a dancer and a loner, because she doesn't seem to have a lot of friends when the story starts. Now, the next one that I did was Brooke. It looks like. Even though I went back and changed orientation, because in all honesty, all Janet really wants is to have a family. That is her main thing. She's always just wanted to have a family. But next up is Brooke. Now, Brooke is actually the third book, not the second. And Brooke is she's a star. She's a star athlete. She likes to work out. She likes to excel at everything she does. And she's a little brash, but she's gorgeous. She has long blonde hair, and she keeps this faded ribbon that her mother gave her, and she's really much more into jeans. But she gets adopted by this rich family where the mom is stunning. Like, she adopts Brooke simply because Brooke looks just like her and wants her to be a pageant daughter. She wants her to be prim and proper and kind of prissed and high and mighty, and Brooke's just not into that. Brooke likes soccer and getting dirty and wearing jeans and being muddy, and of course this ends up going into head towards the end of the book, and in order for Runaways to happen, the first 4 books kind of have to not work out. Brooke's situation does not work out, more because of the woman than the man. The man actually just likes having a daughter. He doesn't care what she does as long as she's happy. But her mom is not so understanding, we'll go with. So I wanted to make, and this is also before I had a ton of CC, which I may actually go through and redo this challenge, just because now I have so much more CC. But this is Miss Brooke. She's blonde, blue eyes, fit, pretty. I think, yeah, we're just go. She's not really into makeup, so I didn't do the makeup. And I am talking so much faster than I actually went through and did all of this, and I apologize for that. I'm definitely thinking I might redo this, though. Simply because I really, really enjoyed doing all of my CAS challenges, but I did all of the videos without being able to do sound, and I would prefer not to have a copyright strike. So I think I may redo these. And definitely comment down below if you actually enjoy the weekly CAS challenges, because I know I enjoy doing them. I sometimes enjoy making Sims more than I enjoy playing Sims some days, simply because it's always fun to create something new when you just load up a new game and go, alright, what's going to come out of it today? And I'm probably going to be posting these all in the next couple of days once I get all of the audio down for them. And if you haven't seen my other CAS videos or my other CAS video, I will link that in the description below, because for that one it was your favorite video game and mine is Persona 4. So I made all of the playable Persona 4 characters. So I made you, and I made Chie, and I made Yukiko, and I made Kanji and Teddy, and I made them all. Again, something else I really do, because besides just playing The Sims, which is one of my definite passions, I'm a really, really big fan of other video games as well. I'm pretty into playing whatever, as long as it has a good storyline and it's fun. And now we are on to Crystal. Now, Crystal is the second book. It goes Butterfly, Crystal, Brook, and then Raven. Crystal actually has probably, in my opinion, one of the saddest stories. Hers doesn't work out not because of conflict of interest or anything of that nature, but a tragedy occurs. And again, you want to know what the tragedy is, go ahead and read the book. But her mother, as you find out in the beginning of the book, has mental illness, and her father was an orderly. Her mother had her in a mental hospital, and she was adopted when she was older, but she couldn't have been adopted. Every time someone tried to adopt her beforehand, she couldn't deal with stupid. She was very sly and intelligent, and she's really into science and chemistry and things of that nature, and she likes experiments. And the family that adopts her, they really, really like her, and they all get along great. And she has extra family that she gets to meet, whereas Janet had a grandmother, but her grandmother on her mother's side didn't really like her. And Brooke, I can't honestly. I haven't read the book in so long. I actually don't remember to meet the rest of the family, but Crystal did, and she had uncles and two sets of grandparents, and she had a really great life. She went to a great school, and her story honestly is probably one of the saddest. But she's a trooper, and she's extremely, extremely intelligent, but she's a little bit of a downer. I don't exactly know if I would call it a downer, or she's just very realistic. She's definitely very realistic, and she's not into wearing fancy things. She's really just as I made her. She's a t-shirt, button up, jeans, and some shoes type of girl. With a giant brain and a thirst for knowledge. I personally adore Crystal. I would probably have to say that though her book is the saddest, it is also my favorite. And yeah, this is Crystal. She was also really picky about having just plain. She didn't want fancy glasses either. She needed them, but she didn't need them to be all fancy. She wanted just plain Jane glasses. Excuse me. And she didn't. She's just awesome. Crystal, definitely need to read Crystal. And then finally, we have Raven. And right off the bat, Raven's just her randomization being brought in does not give her character justice. Raven is described in the books as being extremely, extremely beautiful. She's not conceited or stuck up, but she's extremely, extremely beautiful. And when the story starts, she actually lives with her mother. But her mother is unfortunately a really bad into things that will get me demonetized before I'm even monetized. And so she goes to live with her uncle, who is her mother's father or mother's brother, and his wife. And he is constantly putting her down, telling her that she thinks she's so pretty and she can get away with anything, when she's not. But she is probably the first one for violence. She doesn't like being talked about. She doesn't like being called rude names. And she does get in trouble a lot for fighting. or for when people talk badly about her mother or her family. She is very quick to stand up for her family, and she's extremely, extremely loyal. And again, she's also the only one of them that is Spanish. Only one with the melatonin in her skin and the long, beautiful hair, and she's gorgeous. And again, her story also does not end so bad, not end so great. Um, and basically, all four stories lead up to the last book, which is Runaways, where all four of them meet at the group home that they're staying. They all meet together. First, Butterfly gets there, and then Crystal, and then Brooke, and then Raven. And they all meet and they decide that the place that they're staying is horrible and they're never going to get adopted, so they run away. And they go through all of these crazy adventures together because they've all become really close after being stuck there. And Runaways has a much happier ending with all four girls kind of reaching their end goals to a point, but not without a ton of hardship and a little bit of police interaction and a little bit of threatening of death and destruction. But again, you should definitely read the book. But yeah, this is Miss Raven. I tried to make her look attractive and curvy in all the right places, but also at the same time a little bit conservative, because she's not trying to flaunt that she's pretty, but she's just naturally pretty. And I tried to bring that out when I made her. But yeah. So these are my four. We've got Miss Janet, Miss Brooke, Miss Crystal, and Miss Raven, as I'm desperately trying to find her a pair of pants that go with her outfit, which was, again, back before I had a plethora of CC, I now have a lot more CC. And again, if you guys want to see a maybe revamp of this particular series after I post all of the other videos, I'd be more than happy to revisit and maybe revamp these girls and make them a little closer to their pictures, which again I'll show at the end with a final kind of back and forth of what I did versus what I was working with. And definitely comment down below if I did a good job, or hey, if you've read the Runaway books and you feel like I didn't do them justice with their features or what have you. I'm always looking forward to hearing from you guys. Alright, I think we're gonna do some makeup for her. Not tons, but I think I go for a classic red on this one. I think. It's really interesting going back and watching the videos and doing the sound for them after I've already done them, as I'm trying to find something to bolster her pretty. She's already gorgeous. I mean, it doesn't take much. I actually think I may have gone for a nude. Thing not overly striking. That also sounds like something I do. I'm weird though. My version of pretty is not always everyone else's version of pretty. And I know that, and I'm okay with that. I like that though. But apparently I didn't like it enough because I changed it. Uh, hmm. I wonder which one I went with. We'll see, I suppose. I guess I go with that one, which, I mean, it's not a bad color on her complexion. I think I went straight just with the black for this. Ooh,